Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to Speak Up Sis Talk Radio, the radio show where authors share their stories through their books to inspire you to speak up and share your own story. Today, I've invited Kamisha Wright, author of the soon-to-be released book entitled Epiphany of a Butterfly. Welcome, Kamisha, to Speak Up Sis Talk Radio. It is such a blessing to have you in this space to share your journey. Just tell our listeners a little bit about who is Kamisha Wright, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the Epiphany of a Butterfly.
Okay, well, thank you. It's an honor to be on the show. South City, 26 years old, from a little town in Georgia called Savannah. So,
I'm from Savannah too, right?
yes, very much so. This book is pretty much about my life. It's basically a memoir of blessings, a memoir of hope, self-discovery. You will be able to every part of who I am, from things that happened in my childhood all the way up until being an adult. I will say you may cry in this book.
Oh goodness, it's a tearjerker.
It's a tearjerker. Once you read this book, you'll be able to feel as if you can go through anything. From being that little girl, you can identify with the little girl trying to find herself, from being molested all the way up until, getting older. When I was 14 years old, I lost my father. He was brutally murdered,
Wow.
And then, as I got older and I end up having kids, I end up losing my first child. I knew what it feels like for the first time to feel a child, to birth a child that is lifeless. So it's so many different things that caused me to, gain my strength, to build my faith. So this has all honestly been a journey, but it's been very well for me to be able to talk about it now and be able to heal while talking about it. So this is very much a great thing for me.
That's what's up. One thing you said was that writing your book has helped you to heal through it all. I am a huge proponent for writing as therapy. I do believe that writing is therapeutic and it allows you to get all of the stuff that's on the inside of you out of you and on to the paper so that you can see it, you can deal with it, right?
Right.
Was writing like that for you as well? And also, before I started writing, I tell people all the time, I actually really don't like writing. I write, but it's not something that I love to do. I actually love to read. I was a reader.
Yeah.
Reading was an escape for me. Was it anything like that for you too?
Yes, very much so. Reading reading was like a escape. Like whatever book I was reading, say I was reading a book about someone's life and I was like, oh my God, all the vivid wording, it took me to a place where I can identify in my own life. Or if I was reading a book about going overseas or anything, it's like, oh my God, I could dream about going over there one day. It was very much so taking those books and using that and applying those books in my life. Okay, certain books you read, you get like a lesson out of it. I didn't start writing until maybe like 8 years old. That's when
Oh,
I really
you say
started.
that like you didn't start. I thought you were going to say I didn't start writing until I was 22. 8 is young to start as a writer.
Right. Because I would write different things. Roses are red, violets are blue type things.
Right, right.
Did, kitty things. And then it went from looking at the sky one day and saying, oh, okay, I'm going to write about this. It took for me to actually have, as I got older, mainly like when I was in middle school and
Mhm.
peer pressure and different other things start happening in my life, that's
Mhm.
when writing became so big for me. Um, Especially after I lost my father, that was a way to escape reality for me because I wasn't big on expressing my feelings. I can be comfortable with who I am. So,
Right. And that's enough. And
right,
that is enough. Today on one of my social media platforms, I'm not sure if it was Instagram or not, but um, I posted something to that nature that, you know what? Sometimes we look for the extra, we look for the more, we look for the flashy and the shiny, and we're constantly looking to add to ourselves. But when you show up to your journey authentically you, when you bring all of you and your authenticity, that is all you need, and it is enough.
right. I had to come, I think the biggest turning point for me was being able, for a long time when I was younger, I wasn't able to look in the mirror because I allowed so many things to cause me to feel ugly. The pain of being molested, you know, peer pressure and wanting to be accepted all the time and wanted to be someone who I wasn't. And it had to take for God. It just so happened I had a teacher. His name was Mr. Vaca. He was at Johnson High School at the time, and he basically was telling me, "Hey, you have a gift for writing.
Mm.
You can literally write yourself into your destiny if you choose to, but you have
Wow.
to want
You can't
to."
even jump. Hold on a second. So let me just say this. I've got a real bad habit of interrupting my guests. Just rock with me because you said something that I don't want you to jump over. I like it. I'm writing it down. You said he told you you could write your destiny.
Yes, because
For
he
me,
said
that's profound.
right, and to take something that I did not think would be a hobby and change it to something so different than I ever. I took it way to another level than I ever expected.
Mm-hmm.
Was eye opening for me. Because I'm not very big on talking about my feelings or expressing my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So to actually write about it, use all my five senses to basically tell you about what is going on and how this made me feel, how did, from my eye point of how it looks to me, you know, it's,
Right.
it's so good. So I just want, in reading my book, I just want every listener to know that you can make it. You can not allow your current situation to overcome you. You can live through it and overtake it, you know? So
Right.
this is very much a blessing to, be a young girl from Savannah, Georgia, to be even on this platform, to be able to tell people that, hey, I'm not a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
Not what society deems me to be as beautiful. I'm not what everybody wants me to be, and allow me to see me, introduce me to me. And which that is so big for me because I had to let myself know it's okay to fall. It's okay to be who you are and don't care what people say. You know, there are some things that people will not agree on in my book. may be, may be something that they are not ready to handle. But at the same time, in the Black community, we never talk about certain things that are so painful to us because it's too much or it's hard to deal with. And I had to come with the reality of, okay, this is hurting me, and I have to figure out how to get to deal with this hurt because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't move forward in my life with school. I couldn't move forward in my life with having kids until I was able to say, okay, God, I need help with dealing with me. I need
Where
help
did you
with
find
dealing with
that
the
help?
pain that I have.
Where did you find the help?
Reading my Bible, praying, seeking counseling. That was very big for me. After I lost my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
had counseling
Okay.
because I know in my heart that I could not move forward in my life until I dealt with that huge pain that I had from losing a child
Right.
and dealing with different other things in my life. I had to accept the fact that, okay, this hurts and I need help.
Wow. You know what? Goodness, there's so much I want to unpack here. I'm going to do my best in these little bitty 30 minutes we have. But I I'm so thankful that you didn't just stop with, because you said I read my Bible and I pray, and those things are all wonderful things, because I am definitely a God girl, okay?
Right,
Um at the same time, I'm glad you said I needed counseling and I had to get a counselor. When I listened to you, I actually spoke about you on my Facebook Live today. Um, because when I listen to you, even from our first conversation, I just keep thinking, my God, she sounds like a younger version of myself. Our stories are so very, very similar. Um, and I remember getting to the place where, like you, I knew that I was not going to be able to fulfill purpose. I wasn't going to get to the next step in my life, into the next place, until I
right,
got some help. And for me, that help came in the form of a life coach,
right,
someone who could see pieces of me that maybe um, I couldn't see, or who could hear the nuances of what I was saying, and be able to help me tackle those things. So I'm
right,
so grateful, so thankful that you, one, found a counselor, knew that it was okay to talk to a counselor, and that you include that as part of what you had to do in order to get to a healthier place in your mind. So I
right.
applaud you for that. I really
Thank
do. So listen, your book, Epiphany of a Butterfly, I want you to maybe share a little bit about why you named the book Epiphany of a Butterfly. I've got my own ideas, but tell me,
right.
how'd you choose that title?
Okay. So I went through I went through a series of praying every
Hmm.
night about my book.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, God, I'm ready to write this book and I need a title.
Hmm.
So God gave me an epiphany, which means a spiritual enlightenment. And he gave me butterflies. Um, and butterflies symbolizes freedom, new beginnings, peace. So it was like God was letting me know that if I want it, I can have a new beginning, peace, that and that freedom to be able to allow the healing to come. So I
Right.
felt like that was this that was the turning point for me to say, okay, God, I'm ready.
Mm, gotcha. Do you believe that your book is sort of the beginning of your butterfly journey? Do you believe that you are currently sitting in a place of being a butterfly, or do you think you're still in that process of coming out of a cocoon, maybe not quite fluttering yet, or do you feel like this book was the beginning of you actually beginning to fly?
I think I am in a stage of beginning to fly.
Okay.
I told God this year I wanted to walk in this year being fearless, not
Feel-
being
Wow.
afraid of who I who God is calling me to be, and to be in rooms that I didn't think I could qualify for.
Mm.
So that is very much where I see myself, where I see myself. Um, so I feel like being able to step into something that is so uncomfortable for me. Whew,
So
grateful.
is having this conversation with me difficult for you? Because I will say this, Kamisha, that you are doing a fabulous job of just having a conversation. So you're doing really well, and it seems like you're able to just share with the world, and it sounds like you're eager to do it. Is this hard for you right now?
It is. It is. I'm normally a shy person
Okay.
to people that I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but when I come around people that I know, it's a whole nother ball game.
Okay.
So very different, to say the least. But I'm excited to take this first step and to tell the world, hey, I'm here and I'm ready and I'm here to stay. So
Yes. Okay. So this is what we're going to formally do that right now. Okay. So everybody listening, I am going to give Kamisha an opportunity to tell the world that she is here and she is here to stay. Listen, I'm going to give you your moment. So go ahead and tell the world definitively, confidently, fearlessly that you are here. Go ahead and tell them.
hello, world. This is Kamisha Wright, the author of Epiphany of a Butterfly. And I'm here to stay. I am praying and believing that this book will be a New York Times best-selling book.
Just as bold and confident as you want to be, you take that into this entire year. You take that same boldness, confidence, that fearlessness, that I got this God got me, right? You take that
Right,
energy into the entire year and all of the rooms that you're going to enter, with all of the conversations that you're going to have. You make sure that you carry that same level of confidence with you. And we talked the first time we talked. I want to just remind you of that same thing, that you also want to make sure that you hold on to this posture of humility and gratitude and thanksgiving that you have. I was telling my viewers on Speak Up Sis with Angel Charmaine on Facebook Live that as I listened to you in our first conversation, I just smiled. I was just in this beautiful place of hearing the Holy Spirit share with me some things and show me some things just in listening to you, and just how um, excited you are about this leg of your journey. And it was a reminder for me to remain in the posture of humility,
right,
remain in a posture of gratitude, remain in a posture of obedience. And
right.
I'm telling you, I am looking forward to reading Epiphany of a Butterfly. Tell me, when is the book going to be released for us to purchase?
So hopefully, the book will be released on May 5th, 2021.
Okay.
Um, so we will make sure that you guys will get a copy.
Thank you.
So I would want you guys to be the first, first people to launch it. So I gotta let you come. Once the book is released, I want to be able to, come on the show and say, "Hey, you guys, let's hit the bookstore running." You know,
Yes. Let me
find
tell you
it.
something about the Speak Up Sis community, Kamisha. And I welcome you to be a part of the Speak Up Sis community. It's a beautiful space of women, all encouraging one another, all helping one another. We are going to stand right behind you, sis. So May 5th, 2021, wherever your book release is, you can count on, God willing, I'm still in the land of the living. I believe I will be.
Right.
I will be at that launch, and I will definitely have you back on to Speak Up Sis Talk Radio so that you can
Right.
share all of the good stuff at that time when you're ready to release, so that we all can support what you're doing. And even prior to the book release, if you decide that you're going to do some other things,
Right.
please let me know. You are now connected to me, period. And not many people get to be connected.
Right.
But
So
you're now stuck with me.
that's a great thing. I love being connected to positive people. So I'm ready. So let's take this year head on. So I'm ready.
That's what's up. Look, the Wright girls. You're Kamisha Wright and I'm Angel Wright. A lot of people may not know that. They know me as Angel Charmaine, but my last name is Wright as well. So that's a
Yes.
beautiful thing. We've got the same last name. We both deal in epiphanies. I tell people all the time, I have what are called shower revelations, and they're pretty much
Right.
epiphanies that God gives me in the shower. And the butterfly is definitely my spirit animal. Butterflies are everywhere. The Speak Up Sis logo is filled with butterflies. So, sis, I know that God has a purpose and a plan for us. And whatever this connection is, listen, we're going to let it do what it do.
All right. I'm ready. So let's
That's
take
what's
this.
up. So I
Let's,
appreciate you for coming on Speak Up Sis Talk Radio. I'm sharing just a little bit about yourself and your upcoming book and the release of that book. And I look forward to the launch and to the release and actually reading it and being able to share with the world the epiphany of a butterfly. So thank you so much, sis, for
thank
joining
you.
me. Would you like to say anything to our listeners? You want to leave them with something to encourage them to continue?
Yes. So listeners out there, I want you guys to never give up, regardless of where you at, your situation, financially, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Never give up and allow your faith to take you in places that your mouth can't even put you at. Put
Mm.
you. So let's be unapologetically you. Be bold, be unique, and just be you.
That is a perfect place to end this segment of Speak Up Sis Talk Radio with Kamisha Wright, the author of the upcoming Epiphany of a Butterfly. I thank you so much, sis. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. You have a beautiful day, and
You
let's stay connected. Oh, I almost forgot. can the people get in contact with you? Do you have a social
Yes.
media platform, Instagram, Facebook, or something that people can connect with you?
Okay, so on Facebook, you can connect me with Kamisha Wright, or on Instagram, it's I am_Denise. So thank you for this opportunity, Angel. It's so
You're
great.
welcome, sis. I appreciate you. You have a beautiful day, and it looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties right there at the end, but that's okay. No worries. Kamisha, I appreciate you for coming into the space today, sharing your story as well as the work of your hand. I really appreciate you, sis, and I look forward to reading The Epiphany of a Butterfly in 2021. All right, listeners, we're done for the day. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your ear. Thank you for tuning in to Speak Up Sis Talk Radio, where authors have an opportunity to share their stories through their books in order to inspire you to share your story. Visit me on speakupsis.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Speak Up Sis. You can also connect with me on Instagram at speak.up.sis. You all have a beautiful day, and until next time, take care, be blessed. Bye.